Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Olivia. How are you? Last time in part 1 of the color along, we did the spring and the winter box. So in this video, I will go with you the rest of the box, which is the summer and the autumn one. However, I already finished it, and when I editing the video, I just realized that my camera for some reason didn't record the part where I'm doing this flower here. So I quickly trace it out in the paper on this paper here, and I'm gonna quickly go over it with you of what color I use for the flower. So let's get started. Firstly, I will go in with the cadmium orange hue 118, and I will just go in with medium light pressure, and I just blend it out, fade it out as I go. And then I'll go in with the canary yellow 916, and I'll just blend the colors out. Now we go in with the poppy red 922, and I just darken it up at the end of this flower petal. Then I will use my espresso 1099, and I just add it in right at the end again, just to darken it even more. Now, so that is outside of the flower petal. For the stripe that I leave here, I will go in first with the canary yellow again, and you blend it out and leave a little bit of white on the top. Then you go in with your deco yellow 1011, and then you just gonna blend it all, and you can leave a little bit of white in the tip if you can see, and you can either use the white to blend it out as well, which I will do. I just use the white, and I will just lighten it up, the whole thing there. So that's how we're gonna do for all the leaves. Very easy. Okay, now I'm just gonna do it all for you so you can see. Firstly, you go in with the cadmium orange hue, and you go in with the canary yellow, just blend that orange out. And then you go in with the poppy red at the bottom of the flower petal, and you kind of just use medium pressure and then just add it in. Add in a little bit here as well, and then you're gonna go in with the espresso color, and you're just gonna darken it up so it looks like the flower is blooming out. Now for all the inside of the white stripe, you're just gonna add in the canary yellow at the end, and then you go in with the deco yellow, blend it out, and you leave a little bit of white at the top. So you can add your, I'm just gonna go in with the orange here, add your white to blend that yellow out. So for this one, I'll just gonna go in with the deco yellow and as the base, just add the flat color using your light brushes, and then you go in with your light umber for 941, and then you just add it in, but only at one side and leave a little bit of the yellow show through like that. And then you're gonna go in with your dark brown 946 and just again add it in and darken out that light umber even more, and there you have your flower. Next, let's do these one down here. I think these are kind of like flower petal as well. So I think it's have similar shape to this one. Let's do it the same color, shall we? Firstly, I go in with my cadmium orange hue 118 and just add that at the bottom. And gently blend it out. Then you'll use your yellow orange 1002 yellow orange and just add it in. Leave a little bit of white at the end so we can add the yellow in afterward. And then you're gonna go in with the deco yellow 1011 and just blend it all in. Use a deco yellow to blend all the color together. You just go in full pressure because now there is sort of not much color will go on top anymore. So next I will go the poppy red again 922. I'll just add it in right down the end to just darken the orange. And you can go in with your espresso, just very tiny bit. To make the impression that it was under the top layer. There you go. And now we've done that one. Let's do the leaves under here. So for those leaves, I will start with my Prussian green. So we're just gonna use a Prussian green 109 and you're just gonna do it like that. Just to leave a little bit of white. You can also, instead of do this side dark, you can also you do it to the other side as well. And you can also, like, you don't want to go all the way, you don't want to use the Prussian green all the way to the top, then you just add a little bit. Up to you. I try to make it a little bit different of every leaf so it look more natural and more varieties, doesn't look pattern. Now we go in with the yellow Trust You 1004 and we just blend it in. Blend it in with the Prussian green, and sometimes I leave a little bit of white left because I want to add the gray green light later, make the leaves look like shiny. So now we're gonna go in with the gray green light, Chu A9. We're just gonna color in where I left the white bit. Now you're gonna go in with your Sienna Brown 945, and I will just add on one side like a little bit so the leaf look like it's have you know, like how in real life your leaves also have sometimes is brown spot from the sun. So I will just add a little bit here and there, just on the edge of the leaves, and I also add down at the end to make it a bit darker. Like that. Okay. So now we're done with those leaves. Let's do the petal flower down here, and I think I will do a pink. So we're gonna go in first with the pink color 929, and you just kind of blend but like in the middle of the flower. Go in the middle and blend out on both sides and use light pressure. Like that. Okay. Light pressure. And then you go in with Deco Peach by 1013. Come on. And you just use it to blend out the pink. You leave a little bit of the white on the top. Try to go over the pink with this color with the Deco Peach. Just blend out the pink a little bit more. Okay. Now you have that, you can go in with your white just at the top. Let's blend that color out even more. And then now you will go in with the Carmine Red 926. And what I do is I just add a little bit of very light layer. You use very light pressure. It's like you're touching the paper but you're not. Just at the end of this petal, you know, where it's under the leaves. I just darken that area up a little. And I think we need a little bit of orange. Okay, so we just go in with a yellow orange 1003, and again just very lightly go on top of the the Karma red that we just put in. Very light. Don't press it. Just use very light brushes, and then you have your white, and you just kind of blend it on top of the orange. And then you have your kind of pinkish flower petal there. So for these here, I will use I will make it the leaves again. And should we do the same color? Yeah, I think we should. Okay, I'm just gonna add in the Prussian green again, 109. I just go right in and leave a little bit of white on the top for all of them. They're very small, so you don't have to do something very complicated with them, because it's no use since there's not gonna be a lot of room for you to blend any colors out. Then I will go in with just a trash tube. I'll go in with the trash tubes 9A9. Then I'm just gonna add it in with the white. And you got your espresso ale color very deep in the corner of the leaves. Look, darken it up a little bit like that. And we're done with that leaves as well. Now how about this one? Should we do it pink or blue? I have a feeling I want to do them blue, but I'm not really sure. So let's go in with your cerulean blue 103, and then you just add a little bit, just light pressure, add a little bit in the middle like that. Now we go in with the light aqua 992, and then you just kind of blend that blue out and leave a little bit of white on the top. I kind of just curious, like, you know, like when you watch a YouTube video, and I would say, if you watch someone do something very crazy and you don't like the video, then you kind of like unlike the video, right? So that is understandable. When I watch other colorists on YouTube, and all they do is sharing the coloring with you, like sharing the technique and tip, and you know, maybe chat. And I don't understand why. It's not a lot, but I don't understand why they got dislike. Like, what? I don't guess what people don't like about it. If you don't like something, why don't you just turn it off and move on? You know, why do you feel the need to dislike the video? Like, I mean, if you don't like something about my video when I do, and you wanna contribute, you know, criticism is good, it's not bad, but don't say mean thing. So for the stem in the middle, I just utilize aqua for both sides and blend it in with the deco yellow. And I go in a little bit with the cerulean blue on the side. So that's gonna be our blue reef. So if you don't like something when someone do it, then why don't you just turn it off and move on? I don't get the need to dislike someone when all they do is coloring. Like what they do to harm you, unless they're talking bad about someone. So for this one here, the leaves down here, I'm gonna use a green ochre 1091, and I'll just go in the middle. Like that. Leave a little bit of white on the side, so later we will go in with another color. And then now you go in with your lamp hue 1005, and you just blend this color out. And I still leave a little bit of white at the top and sometimes on the side as well, like that. Sometimes when you color, it's good to leave a little bit of white. It doesn't need to cover the whole picture with color, you know, so it's good to leave a little bit of white here and there. And then you just use a gray green light and just blend. I just color on top where I left the white color, because I don't want it pure white, but I don't want it very dark. And that's it. That's our thing done. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the green here. So I'm gonna use a green ochre to just put it in the middle while I blend it out on both sides. And then I go in with the lamp hue and I just color it in, and that's we done. Now for this one here, these are leaves, so go in with your brushing cream and you're just gonna brush it out in the middle, and you can go on the side, like color in the vein where it have the vein. That's it, like that. And then you go in with your apple green 912, and I will add the apple green, just kinda, I'm not got all the white, and I leave a little bit of white on the side too. So, and then we're gonna add in our Trashy 989. Seems like my camera has a hard time picking up the light color number, so I'm just gonna add it in, you know. And then you can still leave a little bit of white on the side. So, but I will put in a sienna brown 945, and I'll just use it to darken the stem in the middle, like this stem, and then a little bit on the side stem as well, like that. And then you can use your either white or gray green light, and you just blend the white bit in. That's it. So that's how we're gonna do for these leaves as well. go in with the Prussian green. In the middle and kind of blend it out on the side a little bit, not too much. Then you go in with your apple green. Then you have your apple green, and then you go in with your dress shoe. Go blend it in a little bit. Gray green line. Where you're gonna leave your white, and then you go in with this burnt sienna. Oh no, sienna brown. I think I mistake the burnt sienna in the polychrome, because sometimes when you use two sets, is sometimes you mistake the name. And that is our leaves. They're done. Now, let's do this flower up here. What do you think that flower should be? Should we do it pink, or should we do it kind of same? So let's do this one kind of red orange. Yes, I will go in with the poppy red, this one, and I will go quite light layer just in the middle of that petal, like that. This poppy red is sort of like red but orange at the same time, so it's very nice. So you can like very light blend it out a little bit. Remember to use your lightest pressure that you can do. Very light. It's what I feel like is you touching the paper, but you're not actually touching it, and you just use the tip of the pencil to sort of touching it instead of the feeling the whole pencil pressed down. So that's what the poppy red. Then I go in with the crimson red 924, and then I will just darken it up, and I go on the side of the flower while I'm still leaving the light in the middle. You just wanna sort of make the impression of the flower petal is kind of curls and the sun shine on it. Yeah. And now I will add in a little bit of yellow orange 1002, and you just blush it in a tiny bit, like so. You blush it in where you leave the white, just a little bit, so you can still see the white sort of shade. Then you will sort of go around and blend it in with the deco yellow while still leave a little bit of the deco yellow. And now I will go in with the espresso, and just on the edge you can add it in a little bit at the end of the petal as well, just make it darken. And now you can use your fine liner, and then you just kind of dot it in flower petal as well if you want to. You don't have to do it. Now let's do the head and the body. I'm not sure how to do the body yet, so let's do these leaves here. So for those leaves, I will use the apple green 912, and I'll just kind of go in like that and leave a little bit of white on top. This one maybe we only do 2 color because they're quite small. Then next I go in with the 1004, the yellow chartreuse, and then just gonna blend it in. I leave a little bit of white on the tip of the leaves. Now we go in with our dark green 908, and just gonna add it in a little bit in the middle. There, and now we have the leaves there. Simple. Let's do those the same for the legs here. Let's go in with your apple green. Let's do this. Like that. And you go in with your yellow chartreuse. Very simple. And you go in with your dark green. Like so. And you can go back in with your apple green to blend out the dark green if you see it look a bit patchy. Remember, always use the light color to blend out your pencil, because if you use a dark one, then sometimes it's not looking as nice. So let's do this one here as well. Let's use the apple green first. Go in with the yellow, just the same as this one here, and then I think I will add a little bit of gray green light really at the top of it. Add the dark green, and you can go back in with your apple green just to blend that dark green out, and then you're done with the all the leaves. Now let's do the leg. I will do the leg very simple. If you remember, then it's good to have something similar between all the bugs, then all of them is really different. So I will just gonna go in with the light umber 941, and you just add it in. You just add the color in, and leave for this little leg, leave a little bit of white at the top. But this one you can just go in most of the way. Do the whisker here as well. Go in and you blend it out, fade it out, and then you go in with the deco yellow, or you can go in with the cream if you don't have the deco yellow. I think the cream is gonna be quite nice as well. So just go in where you left the white and the tip, like so. I won't add for this because for those I will use, they usually graduate because they're not leg, they're whiskers, so we do them a little bit different. Now let's go in with your dark brown 946, and you're just gonna add it in where the legs start, okay? Just like that, just at the tip of the leg. And the whiskers as well. Now for this I will use the blue slate 1024, and so we do the outline first. We're gonna just add it in, but you can do flicker like that to make it even lighter as it goes further away. So you see how I leave a little bit of white there, and then you can go in with your green color. So I will go in with the cream 914, and then I just lightly blush it in with the cream. Now you can go in with your light aqua 992. Just add the end bit like that. Okay, this is now for the actual wings inside. I want to make them kind of translucent but still have colors. Okay, so for the inside here, I will start again with the blue slate 1024, and I will just blush it in very gently, very light color like that. You see, like it barely show any color, so it's have a lot of pattern on the wings, but I would just add it if they are just an extra texture, and I won't color in them because sometimes when you color in them, I find it look quite busy after you finish. So you're just gonna add it in lightly like that. Then you go in with your powder blue, and you're just gonna blend that blue out again. I go in with all really light pressure, and then you go in with your light aqua. Just add in a little bit at the corner of the wings and right about. That's it, like that. And if you want to, you can also use a cream to add it in where you left the white, where the tip of the wing, like that. So I won't color the wings, the whole pattern in, but I might do these leaves here. So let's go in with the spring green 913, and I'll just add it in a little bit of the leaves like that, just at the border. And then maybe we can go in with the dark green 908. Very light, use very light pressure, okay? I don't want them to be very visible, the color. So now that's the leaf stuff. I'll just leave it at that. Now let's do for this size. So again, with the outline, you go in with the blue slate, light layer, and then you go in with your cream color to color in the rest. And you can put your light aqua here. If you have any combination for wings you want to use, just use them. You don't have to use my combinations. So for the inside, you go in with the blue slide again, very light, very gently. Light side. Then you go in with the powder blue, just to blend that color out, because the powder blue is very light blue, so you can get a pretty good gradient that you can blend it into the white. You use a light aqua and you just kind of blush it in as well, like so. I'm just gonna lighten up that light aqua a little bit. Cause I don't want them too dark. Alright, now let's go in with the cream. Just add the cream here. Some shine, and I think I really like that look. So the spring green for the little leaves inside. Okay, and then the dark green, just add very little at the end. And there you have your wings. What I'm gonna do now is I will use I think I will use Mediterranean blue 1022, and I just on top of this wing, but you add right next to the light of the bottom wings, so it looks like it's behind these wings. Okay, it's like that, very easy. And then you add it next to the leaf as well, so it looks like it's behind the leaves. I'm gonna do the same with this one. So add it behind, darken up a little bit behind the leaves here, and a little bit along the edge of that wing, so it looks like it's behind that wing. So we are done with the wings. Now for the top here, I'm not really sure what they are. I wanna do pink there, so let's go in with the pink 929, and just go in, but leave a little bit of white on top, where I think you can just add in the decoupage, just the same color that we use for the other wings underneath. So we did that. Now we're gonna add in the poppy red. The poppy red, just a tiny bit at the bottom. There. Now you have the top bit. And for this one, I will do. So after I add the light umber for the whole head, I go back in with the dark brown 346, just outside the edge, just to darken it up. And then now I go in with the goldenrod 1034, and then I just gonna brighten the color a little bit of the brown. And then we can use our black color, just a black color, and add it in just the edge at the bottom here, and in here where the flower was blooming, just a little bit. You don't have to add a lot of black, because you want it more brown than black. Okay, so that is the head. Now for the body, again I'm gonna use a light umber. I'm gonna add it in the light umber, quite light layer. You leave a little bit of room there. So now you're gonna go in with the dark brown, like that, just on the side and a little bit around the flower. Then you can go in with your goldenrod and just brighten up that brown color you put down earlier. And then you go kind of lightly blend it in, and then you still leave a little bit of white here where you can use the white, and you can make it a little bit brighter and look like it's the body is shining, the sun shine through. And then now you use the black just to make it even darker. I kind of go in with the medium light pressure as I blend them out. There, so you have the body there. Now let's do the body here. I'll pretty much like repeat the same color. I go in with the light umber. I think I make a mistake. I should have left the white here a little bit. Yeah. Oh. So I should have left the white. Just gonna blend it in very lightly. Like that. And then you go in with the dark brown. I'm just gonna add in so for this bird, we're not gonna draw the wings line since the wing is already open. And some birds they doesn't have wings today. Yeah, I think some birds they just doesn't have wings. So I'm gonna just go in with the dark brown and darken up the color. Go in the little edge like that. And then you're gonna use a goldenrod. So you brighten up the brown, and you kind of go in but with very light pressure. Like that. And then you go in with the white. Just make that goldenrod a little bit brighter. Now we have the body done. Oh no, it's not done because we're gonna have to add the black in and make it a bit blacker color. Of course, you can just go straight in with the black at the start instead of the brown, but I think the black is quite a hard color to blend with other pencil, so it is better if you like kind of layer them with another dark color that's not black, and then you can go on top with the black, and then it will make it a bit easier for you to blend, or to go in with another color. Okay, so now our summer bug is done. I will just add in a little bit of sparkle. You feel like the sparkle is changing everything when you add it in. I won't add too much. Okay, let's start. I will add in a quick shadow for this box as well. 70% warm gray. If you remember how I add in the shadow last time, I will just do exactly the same thing with this box. It's a quick, easy way. And I am done with this summer box. It looks very colorful because summer is have a lot of flowers, right? So the last box we're gonna do is a autumn box, and for this one I'm just gonna erase the dust of the soft pastel that stuck on it the other day when we did the background. So for this box, I'm thinking about sort of red or orange theme. For star, I'm just gonna use this lilac color, 956 lilac color, and I'll just blend it in. Like that, like so. And then I'm gonna use the Imperial Violet 1007. And I will just add that purple in as well. Then I will go in with the light peach 927. I'm just gonna add that in and blend it in with the purple. Then we can go back and we can go back with the lilac again, and I'm just gonna darken it off a little bit and blend back in with the light peach color. So for this one here, we're gonna use the Deco Yellow. Use this Deco Yellow first. We can add in the cream color, and for the little bit at the bottom, we will use, let's use this Yellow Ochre 942 Yellow Ochre. And we're gonna just flush it in like that, like so. Now I'm gonna use a light umber 941, and I'm just gonna flush it in a bit more just to darken it up. And I quite like how that look. I'll just go back in with the Imperial Violet just to darken up this area a little bit more. And we are done with that bit there. Now for this one, I will use I will make into kind of pink red color. Okay, so I'm gonna use a pink 929, and I'm just gonna go in lightly with the pink, and I kind of leave a little bit of white. We go in with the Deco Peach 1013. Just kind of blend that out. Use it to blend the pink color out. Now go in with the Magenta 930, and you just add it in just right at the end like so. And you can go back in with your pink color, and then you just blend that magenta out a little bit more, make it more even. Now I can go in with the Pomegranate 105, and I'm gonna really darken it up there. And we're gonna do that for these two as well. Go in first with the pink color. Go light and kind of blend it out, and then you go in with the Deco Peach and blend that all that pink out, and you go in with the magenta add it in, and you blend it outward just a little bit. And you go back in with the pink if you want to, just to blend the colors out a little bit more. And you go in with the pomegranate, really darken it up like so. And then if you like, you can use a little bit of Deco Yellow, and you just add it in right at, just lightly blush it in at the end. Okay, and then you have your thing. And for this one, I just gonna use a Deco Yellow, and I just do it, but I outside the light a little bit, make it look like glowing. Let's do this flower here. I'm thinking maybe we do the purple. I think I would do them purple. So let's go in with the Mulberry 995, and I'm just gonna add it in a little bit. Okay. And you get out your lilac color again. I'm just gonna blend out that mulberry color you just put down. Now you're gonna go in with your light peach, and you just blend it out a little bit more if you like. And then you can go in with your sienna brown. I need to look for that one. And go in with your sienna brown, and you're just gonna add a little bit. Now for the rail, I'm just gonna go in with the mulberry, I'm just gonna go all the way in, just block color it like that. And then for the pistol in the middle, I will just use a deco yellow, this one. And then you can go in with the light umber. Light umber go in. And then you're gonna go in with your dark brown. Now for these little leaves, let's quickly do them. Go in with your dark green, just at the bottom. And then blend it out as you go. And then you go in with your spring green. And then you can go in with your green, which is at the top of the leaves. So next, let's do this one on the side here. These these leaves. Start with green orchid, and you just go in kind of middle of the leaves and blend it out as you go. We're gonna do quite a few colors in here because you know the autumn leaf is when the leaf is it starts to dry out and change the color. So I think we're gonna do a few colors for this one. Now you're gonna do dark green. Just put in your dark green. Just a little bit. And you can add a little bit outside too. Yeah, you can go middle. You can go on the side. Side. Now and you can go in with your lamb hue color. I'm just gonna add it in, and I'll just add it in where I leave the white color a little bit. Okay, and then you can go in with your sienna brown. I'm just gonna add that brown in. We're gonna use this sienna brown for a few of the leaves, for most of the leaves in here, because this brown, I felt like it looked like the color of the leaves that is starting to darken. Alright. Now let's do similar to this one. I will start with the green orchid. Just go in the middle and blend it out. Let's say. Or you can also just go one side of the leaves like that. In a little bit here as well. So, and then you go in with the dark green. Just do the same. Add a little bit here and there. You don't have to just do exactly the same with what I'm doing. This color is blend quite well, so I think you'll be good even if you not follow me. And if you want, you know, you just use different color. So you're gonna go in with the lamp hue. and blend it all in. And I would also leave a little bit of white left still on the side of the leaves, so. And I go in with the sky light blue. I'll just add it in the where I leave the white color, and then I can go in with the dark sienna, and maybe add it on the top of the leaf, or I will add it on the side. Let's do one on the side. This one on the side too. Got that one, and then you have your leaves done. It look very effective, isn't it? And I think I'll do these leaves quite red, so I would start with the sienna brown here. Just go in the middle and then fade it out on the side, like so. And you can go in with your salmon pink, and you go in with your Tuscan red, just to darken it up. And then you can also use your red, where's the red? Your crimson red. That's it. And then I'm just gonna blend it all with the salmon pink. And then you can use your dark brown, either dark brown or espresso. I just use espresso, and I will darken it up even more. Yeah, you have your little red leaves here. Now for this one, let's do this first if we're not sure yet. For this one, remember what we use for this. I think we use spring rain. Just blend it out a little bit and leave the white bit here so we can add in the cream color. And then you go in with your dark green at the end. And I think I will go in with my green orchid just on the side, because this green orchid is also one of the color that is really good for dry leaves or autumn leaves. Okay, now it's like that. Let's do that for all of the legs leaves. So we're gonna go in with a spring green again. Leave the white bit so you can add in your cream color, and you go in with your dark green and do the dark green underneath here and leave a little bit, leave the light on top here. So we just do along the leg, but on the side that face underneath instead of outside. Just gonna go in with the spring green and kind of blend that color out. And then you can go in with your green orchid, add the green in a little bit on the tip, not too much, like that. And then you have another leg done. And for these, let's do this one as well. And just spring green here. Now your dark green, and then your green orchid, and it's getting better. Oh, I forgot I missed this bit here, so I'm just gonna go in with the sienna brown and a little bit of Tuscan red. And you can blend it out with the salmon. Okay, now for this leg here, let's do it the same color. I'm thinking about maybe two different, but I think we just do the same color for now. So go with spring green, go with spring green, then green color, then dark green, and then green object, all done. So now we're all done with the leg cover. Well, let's do this one. I will start with the apple green first. Apple green 912. Start with this one, and you're just gonna go in lightly in the middle, and with your medium pressure, and then lightly blend it out like so. And then you go in, and then you go in with your moss green 1097, just very in the middle like so. You can blend it outside a little bit. Now I'm gonna add in a little bit of goldenrod. Adding a little bit of goldenrod 1034. And just use the apple green to blend that color out that you just put in, and then I will use the pale sage 1089, which is in where on the side is quite light. And then you go back in with your moss green and you just darken it up. And you go in with your Prussian green 109. And you make it a little bit darker on the top. And then I will go in with the yellow orange 1002. I'll cut a color in either one side, or I'll do the other side too, like so. And then I'll go in with the sienna brown. I'll just go quite a dark at the end there. And you have that leaves. Look a little bit similar to this, but it's not exactly the same. We use quite a bit of color, but you can also change it if you don't want to. So again, I'll go in with the apple green first. Slightly blend it out like so. Then you go in with your moss green, a bit darker, and then I will add on the side. And you can go in with your Prussian green. Just blend that moss green out. And you can go back with your apple green and blend it out even more. Now you go with pale sage. And I still leave a little bit of white. I will I'll try to get in with the yellow orange like that. And now That leaf is done. I don't think we need the sienna brown no more, so just leave it on the side. Or the goldenrod, I think we just need this color. Look nice, just like that. So again, we go in. Like sometimes I don't blend my colors out, I just try a lot of color at the side and then I kind of cut them out as I go. So we start with the apple green again. Let's do this one official, the color we're gonna use, okay? So apple green, go up and then fade it out on the side, and then you go in with your moss green and darken it up at the bottom, and I would do dark here since it's gonna be under the big leaves. I'm gonna go over there and maybe on the side a little bit, and then you go in with your Prussian green. You blend that moss green out, and you go back in with your apple and you blend it out even more. Now you go in with your pale sage. So I still leave a little bit of white there. Gonna go in with the yellow orange. This time I just add it on the top bit, and that's another leaf done. So we're gonna do exactly the same for all these leaves. Just spring green, then moss green, sometimes when I color I so concentrate and I forgot when my camera turn off is have a click, and I just completely like ignoring that, and later I don't have the footage of me coloring the object. So I'm sorry if it's make it harder for you guys. I'll try, if I like miss the object, either I'll draw that object on the piece of paper and then I redo it, or you know, just if it's too simple then I just explain it for you. Now I'm gonna go in with the espresso color again, and I will just kind of darken up the bottom a little bit and the edges of these leaves. Okay, so I really like how that box looking so bad. It looks so nice. I really like the combinations of these leaves color, and we miss a little bit of here, so let's do it's the same with this little one here. So I'm gonna do spring green. Do you forget your color after a while when you don't use them? You go in with the dark green. I'm not really forget them at the start. I sort of forget what color I put down. Now go with the green again, but now since I colors a lot, I get used to it. So now here you go in with the dark green again and just leave a little bit of white. I will put the gray green lights there, like so. There you go. And for this top here, that's bugs looking a little tiny bit funny, but it's cute. So let's do pink, and remember to leave a little bit on top. Now you're gonna go in with your magenta. Try to do very close to the edge and leave the top bit. Now you go in with the deco peach. to blend that things out, and then you go blush it in with the deco yellow, and then we have that bit done. Now for this one, I'm thinking of golden green sort of color, so let's try it out. Okay, I'll start with the goldenrod 1034 and just add in like that, go in light color, and then I'll go in with the deco yellow, just add it in, and now I think I go in with the lamb peel. That's not dark enough, isn't it? So maybe we go in with the green ochre. That's look a bit better. There. So I think I will change that deco yellow to use your yellow Chachi 1004 instead of the deco yellow. Just use the yellow ochre because it looks a little bit more green. Now we're gonna add in a little bit of dark green. I'm going with a little bit of dark green just down the bottom. I'm just gonna blush it in very gently, and up here right there. So now that's done. I kind of like that. Now for the legs, these legs we're gonna just do very simple, just like how we do with other bugs. If you remember, we're gonna go in with the light amber and leave a little bit at the tip. And then you go in with the deco yellow. And you go in with your dark brown. I can right just at the end of the leg. Okay. Now is that done? Oh, for this one I forgot about them. Just gonna put them in the cadmium yellow. No, canary yellow. The canary yellow 916. There. Now you have your box. Let's do the head. Let's do the bottom first. Since it's gonna be the autumn one, so the sky. I kind of like the Tuscan red. Let's do with the Tuscan red 937 Tuscan red, and you just go in lightly. So you go in with the Tuscan red. We do very similar to the winter bug. We're gonna go dark from outside and sort of fading it in on the inside. So I'm gonna go quite light when we get to the middle. Side. Then now you're gonna use a salmon pink 1001, and you're just gonna blend it in with the Tuscan red. You see now it's have a little bit of light there. Let's go in with the light peach. I'm just gonna blend that colors out. Now I'm gonna go back in with the Tuscan red, and I'm just gonna darken it up like where it's under the leaves, like this corner here. Darken up a little bit here as well. Just go in with the salmon pink just to blend that Tuscan red out. There. And I think we're gonna go in with a little bit of black. Just blush it in. Now I think these bugs are maybe not gonna do the wings for them, but if you want to do the wing, just use the Tuscan red and then add a line. Maybe I'll add a line for here for you so you can see like that. Very simple. That's it. Just add a light, and then you can use the Deco Peak just to sort of lighten it up a little bit. And then you can maybe go in with a little bit of black color. Yeah, very lightly draw it in. There, and you have your line, and it looks like it's a wing line. Now for the head, I think I would do it brown, like a brown red color, huh? So let's go in with the light umber. I will also leave a little bit of light as you go in. As you go inside, you leave a little bit of white like that, so the head will look shiny. After we add all the colors in, it will look nice and shiny, because seem like I make these flowers, and I make these flowers look like they have a little light. It makes it shine. So we're gonna make it be shining here, okay? Now we're gonna go in with your dark brown. You should have this color lying around already since we use them quite a bit. And I'm gonna just add the dark brown in. I do quite medium pressure. Just make sure it's nice and dark, but you still have to watch out for the middle of one, because you don't want it to get so dark. Now I go in with the salmon pink, the salmon pink 1011. Just blend it in. You really go up here already, so I'm gonna just use a Deco Peach, and you're gonna just blend the colors, blend it out by side. Now I'm gonna go in with the Tuscan red 937, and then I just add on the edge of this box head. And I might go back with the dark brown just to kind of blend that colors out a little. See? Now you go with the light brown. So blend it out. Just watch where you blend because you don't want to kind of mess up the white bit in here. Going with the light, the deco pitch, and just gonna add in like that so it make it not so dark. Now I'm gonna go in with the black color and just gonna go in the edges here. Add a little bit in here too, since these leaves was under. And that is our autumn pucks, and I really happy with how this turns out. I might add a little bit of pomegranate 195 into this purple here. See, it's a little bit too purple, and I want it's kind of purple pink. You see how the color changed a little bit. So I'm happy with everything now. I think I'll go in this with a little bit of dark brown, just to kind of darken it up a little bit more. There. Now we're gonna add sparkle. So I will just, you know, like that. Maybe a bit here. As well. Okay, I think I'm done adding it. Remember this one? I will just darken it up using the I use a canary yellow, and I just darken it up instead of the deco yellow. Deco yellow is a little bit down. I just add in that leaves. I don't know. Just feel like it. Okay, now I'm gonna add it in the shadow using the 70% warm gray. You should know what you do now. And I do this. It's just the same way for all the buff. Nothing different. This one I just do simple because they already look very a lot of colorful and nice already. Yeah, I don't think you have to do them you know, complicated or anything anymore. This leg is very close to the body. So I guess we are done now, and I'm really happy with how this page turns out. They turn out better than I even expected. And later I will go outside and I will spray my fixative. This is what I use for my page when I use pastel, and even if I don't use pastel I still spray them because sometimes the colors it rub off on the other page and I just don't like it. So when you use it, you have to spray it in open space because they are very toxic, and don't breathe them in. I just spray and then leave it for about 5-10 minutes, and then it's all done. And I hope you enjoy this color along with me. I hope you have a great start in New Year, and I will see you very soon in my next coloring along or tutorial. And happy coloring. Bye bye.